I'm looking at performance profiling in football, and first of all I like to look at the technical side. That's things such as your body shape when attacking or defending, your passing or shooting abilities. So this is used by people like scouts or maybe even a coach or individual yourself looking at your performances. So you could count the amount of passes you make in a game, long range, short range, the pass completion, and the pass accuracy, so within a certain distance of play or whether it's in their path, things like that. Now I'm going to be talking about the tactical side. This could be things such as formations. You could be evaluating a team performance or an individual, so seeing how he sits in his formation. You might be sitting in a 4-2-3-1 or a 3-5-2, depending on if you're more attacking or defensive in the side. So the coach might ask you to sit in a right back position, and when we have the ball to attack, so you almost play as a wing back. But then if you're playing in the 4-2-3-1, you might sit in your own position, so you're keeping a straight line. It's physical. These are things you may be evaluated on your strength, your speed, your stamina, your power and agility. It's how quick you turn after you lose a ball, how quick you recover from that, getting back into your position. Say how high you can jump with your power. So you can jump 3 meters to win a header over the top of Vidic. Next is psychological. This is things like your mentality and confidence during the game. So your confidence on the ball, you won't be too rushed. So get rid of it. You may take the time to drive at players, or just have a look at what options you have around you. Or say if you're 3-0 down, you're keeping the spirits high in the team to keep them going and that. You're not just dropping your head sulking round when you get the ball, just kicking it. You're still trying to play the football that you're taught and keep going well. The last one is biomechanical. So this could be things such as your running technique. So if you're running like this, or exerting unnecessary energy, you're very inefficient. So running straight, keeping straight back, elbow to ear, running forwards. That's a efficient technique of running. A team that's scouting you may look for your techniques like that, because they'd much rather have an efficient player than an inefficient player that's going to burn energy and possibly get injured. Of performance profiling are, you can, as a player, you can see how you play during the game and look at your certain techniques and say you might figure out ways on how to make yourself more efficient, better. So the way you kick a ball or take a free kick, you might be able to find better ways of striking through it so you get more power. Other ways you can see weak spots. So say your shooting's not as good as your passing, so it's only 79 out of 100, rating yourself out of 100, you may choose to work on your shooting, taking out targets and things like that, just working on your accuracy or maybe even power, whichever designated area it is. So you can use that through scouting and things like that, and a way of advantages is you can complete training programs, so it helps you improve off of that. Advantages of performance profiling are, it's very subjective to not just you but a whole team. So it may be you had a very bad game, or you may be playing a much better opponent than you, so you may not be getting enough time to look up and pass. You may be just clearing the ball or having to defend a lot, so your team might not be attacking as much or being able to play as much football because you haven't got the possession. It's also subjective to other players around you. So pass completion, for one, is if I played the ball to Brad Ty, which was on the opposite side of the pitch, and his first touch was bad and it went out, that'd be an uncompleted pass because it's not been able to control it. But that's not down to me, that's down to him. It's not accurate on one game, obviously, because if I had a bad game myself, I may be making bad games, bad passes, bad shots, bad crosses, things like that. I'm not marking very well. I'm not up to fitness. Maybe I'll hammer in a midweek game. So it would have to be done over a different period of time. So every 3 games or something like that, and then revisit it again after the training and improvements in 6 weeks' time. The way that these can be monitored is through various different routes. You could even be in trainers using things such as GoPros attached to your chest or your head, so that it sees what you're seeing and you're able to look at other players around you. It can also be live, so people may come in, or people from your club may evaluate you individually or as a team. So seeing how you go in the games or even in training sessions. And like even if scouts come in, it'll be either live or people can do it on TV. The way these can be developed further, like using the performance profiling, is things like smart targets, so making sure they're specific to the player, giving them time bound, measurable, and is it definitely achievable. So like say I'm only scoring 9 out of 15 shots in a game, like am I able to work on that, like giving set programs and set training sessions where I'm able to work on my accuracy while keeping my good technique, so that I'm scoring all of my goals, or like if the keeper saves them, making sure they're all on target at least. Like set boundaries to the player, so like saying he's got to go and do this training session for this week, like separately give him individual training as well as his team training, so he's still going strong.